この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo here for Carole and Tuesday, episode 14. It is July 18th, Thursday morning, and we've got something kind of serious to talk about before we jump into actually talking about the episode. So, I'm sure that most of you are aware by now, but for anyone who doesn't know and happens to be watching this video, yesterday, Kyoto Animation, their building, their studio was burned to the ground as an act of arson. And as of right now, when I'm recording this, 33 are confirmed dead. And the losses are just insane, like incalculable. The amount of material, Ginga, resources, equipment that has been lost, and of course the immense human cost of this really genuinely heinous act is huge. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put links in the description to the GoFundMe that I believe was created by Sentai Filmworks to help with recovery, and a direct donation link. If you would like to donate anything that you can to help restore Kyoto Animation and help this really fantastic studio get back on its feet a little bit, considering the beacon they have been for industry practices, along with just the incredible shows that they've created over their time making anime. I mean, hell, it wasn't like 4 days ago or something, I was watching Hibike, and I'm going to keep watching Hibike. I'm going to be watching it every week. I've got 2 KyoAni shows on my lineup, and they are some of my favorite shows, period. So I'll be putting a thing like this in front of my videos for at least a couple of days. I mean, the director of Lucky Star, which I'm watching right now, the director of the episodes past 5 of Lucky Star, is among the missing and presumed dead. That's talent, like, gone from this world, and it's just fucked. It's just fucked. I told myself I wasn't going to get into that, and I'm not going to. It's fucked. Money can only go so far with something like this, but it is a necessary component of any kind of recovery. So if you have the means and the desire to help with this, I would implore you to go to the links in the description and help in any way you can. Thanks. So, starting off this video on a real chipper, upbeat note, eh? Hey, 33 great animation staff are no longer on this planet. Yay. I'm sorry, again. I'm just gonna take a minute. Just gonna take a minute and chill out. Okay, chilling out a little bit, having some tea. Alright. So, Carole and Tuesday, episode 14. Last time on Carole and Tuesday, really felt like the start of a new core. Like there could have been a genuine season divide in there. Lots of little interesting bits and pieces. Not sure what Tao's up to. Not sure what Mama Politician is up to. Something sneaky deaky going on there, potentially. We've got a reporter looking into it, looking for whispers in the wind or something like that. Which I assume just means, you know, putting your ear to the ground, doing some work, scouting out any information you can find as a reporter. Carole and Tuesday are supposed to get their debut. Should be interesting. Turned down a big old contract from the lady who was running the Brightest Corporation, which I think was a good move. They made it seem really spooky and kind of schemy and mischievous. So good job, Gus, turning that down. And then we relied on Gus's old connections to go and find ourselves a new producer, a guy named Toby, who is difficult to get in contact with. So they went and performed out on the street. And then a Viking dude with an axe, appeared and babbled incoherently for a little while. And Gus was like, "It's Toby!" That's our guy. So we're probably gonna meet Toby. He seems like a weird one. I don't know what to expect. Almost like maybe even like an almost comedy episode where we get to meet Toby. That would be cool. I'd be down for that. I don't know. Let's find out. I've got the episode up and ready to go. It's 0 seconds. There will be multiple versions of this reaction, so you can find the picture-in-picture version with the video up there in the description. Timer-based version will be on YouTube. It'll have discussion. What am I doing with my hands? It'll have discussion at the end and a beep beep timer at the beginning. If you want to sync up with your own version of Carole and Tuesday, that'll work. And we're at the beginning, so the beep beep timer goes there. Yeah. Indeed. This is really growing on me. Hi, Toby. Please don't kill us. Oh my god. I feel you, Carole. Mm-hmm. Mm. Y'all suck. That's the man. Yeah. The kids are all right. Okay. Okay. Oh, puppy. Hmm. Wait, that is a lot of weed. Who is growing some? Yeah, what? Toby. Toby, dude. All right. Not gonna grab any of that electric lettuce. I don't think I've ever seen cannabis explicitly in anime. All right. What's the studio? This is the studio. That's an expensive microphone. I think that's a U87. What the fuck? Where you get it? But what about all the other equipment? You got a mixer? Like, what? Oh, Dan. We're following Dan. Oh, hype. Okay. Leaving in 3 days, as planned. Probation officer, he said. Interesting. And he's looking at the laundromat wistfully. Photo shoot. Nah. Making some lo-fi hip-hop thumbnails. Is that Dahlia? Yeah. Yeah, who dis? Who's that voice actor? I recognize him. Does he have a pedo stash? Or is that just like a little mark? Huh? What? Oh. Okay. Got it. So, all y'all can fuck off, please. Cause, Dan, please. I don't have it. Yeah. Didn't work. Oh, well. I wonder if Dan has a birthmark on his right wrist. I mean, she does. The daughter would. Yeah, please stop ripping this girl's arms off. Hi, Dan. Nice to see you again. Can I see your right wrist, please? Yeah, can I see your right wrist, please? Right here. Right here. Show me. Mm-hmm. Flowing water. It's so obvious at this point. Like, it's pretty straightforward. And he seems to know. No, he hasn't finished it because he's sitting here. That's why he's here. He's here for you. Yeah. I know. When I took you to the church. Oh. Oh, and it like And that's his reluctance to reach out, and we almost see the wrist. Reporter guy. Oh, and huh? Also, ew. Uh-huh. And he came straight to Tuesday. That is interesting. So I was thinking that the fact that she's her daughter might be the scoop, but it seems not. True. True. I'd suddenly like this guy. He seems cool. Oh, Squid. I'm an idiot. I think those were CG seagulls. Techno Stalker. Shit, man. Lelouch is after you. You're screwed now. Okay. I can't tell. Looking at some not DNA. Alright, that's a little weird. Oh, I'm composing music without you, whatever. You didn't sing it. They can use you now. You're an instrument. Sounds that way. Oh my god. But that's exactly what he's looking at. Exactly what he's going for. Delete. Delete. Obsolete. Obsolete. Delete. Wow. Wow. But that creates just a horrible, vicious cycle with both politicians just one-upping each other to say the more vitriolic and strong shit. Oh, wait, that's reality. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, God, it's real. Oh, shit. And that's the driving force. Checking acoustics. No, he's checking the echo. Yeah. I guess he found the spot. It's not that old a mic. They still make them. The same. Oh my god, what? We've got Skip as a backing band? Yo! I did not think that was gonna come back. Yo, if we get what's her name? Crystal. Mind explode. But we won't. There's no way. There's no way. Bring her in for a backing vocal. What a great turn of phrase. Oh, it's real simple, but that is. Num, 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 num. Ooh. Just takes time to get it right. Oh my god. Make a little flower. Oh, and Dan. Confirmed. Take 52. What if he leaves without ever telling her? Oh, they look so exhausted. But it's a good, yeah, it's a good shit. Just, eh? Yeah. Yeah, time to collapse. Time to relax. Who's sitting next to them? Is that Roddy? Yeah. Yeah, man. Hello, Dan. Good job, girl. There isn't gonna be a next time. Do it, man. Say what you gotta say. Better than regretting it forever. Yep. Probation. So we got out and came to Mars. Aikido. And that's why he emphasized that. Shit. Dan! Dan! This was a hell of an episode, potentially a new favorite for me. And I can't think of any that could touch it. Okay, I think there are two main threads that I want to talk about. And there are some minor things like the reporter thing. I guess there are three main threads. There's the Carole Dan story, which is fantastic, and I fucking love the way they executed on it. There's the digital Angela story, and then there's the Tuesday and her mother story. I guess we'll fold the whole reporter going and approaching Tuesday in with the mother stuff. So let's start with the most the freshest, which is the Dan and Carole story. We saw this coming, right? Like last episode, it was a pretty obvious call to be like, is Dan or dad? Dan's probably your dad. But this episode really solidified that. And more than that, it pretty much confirmed it only just a few minutes into the episode during this first laundry meeting. I think that's the one where there are the lots of fucking randos, right? Oh no. We just see this and little bits and pieces. And there's this stuff. And then the not parents arrive. So once the not parents arrive and then Dan arrives alongside them to save the day, it's like, okay, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. And we have the reveal of the specific thing that will guaranteed 100% confirm that one individual is or is not her father. That way we can reveal it later in the episode and be like, it's confirmed, yay. I think this is solid execution. And more than that, the story that comes out makes sense. It's exactly along the lines that I was expecting. They couldn't take care of their daughter, wanted a better life for her, put her in an orphanage. Sucks, but that's what it is. And now he has the chance to go and look for her and does so. And so they have this really touching and kind of heartbreaking moment where they get to connect, but just barely, and still as barely strangers. It reminds me quite a bit of the same bittersweet feeling as the Skip and Crystal episode. Speaking of which, we got Skip back for a short time, which was kind of awesome. Okay, so I'm not going to talk too much about the Dan and Carole story. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was really well done. It had my eyes a little watery. Let's be real. This was really good. Two other stories. One is the Tuesday and her mother story, and on this one, I think there's this one scene where the reporter guy goes and buys squid from Tuesday. Okay, cool. But the scene that I think is the meat of this this thread in this episode is the campaign promise scene, where they're talking about what should be done, and the bots have come up with the idea to revoke the trade agreement with Earth. We don't know anything about the like solar system politics of this world or of this universe, so we don't know what the ramifications of this are. We can't make a political argument about it, but what we can talk about is like the means, the method, and the way that they're talking about how they interact with the AIs that give them advice, and it's really scary. It's kind of terrifying, actually. The AIs say to do this, so that's what they're gonna do. And this guy sitting over here in the corner is just like, this is the reality of politics. That's what the consulting AIs concluded. That's what we have to do. The politicians' intentions, morals, ethics don't matter. What gets votes matters. Because if you don't get voted into the seat, you don't get any power. And so you're just one of the masses with no say at all. Essentially saying democracy is might as well not exist. That's the functional end of this argument, is that the masses do not matter. It's the manipulation of the AIs that matters and produces policy. The masses have no bearing on who gets elected or what policies they select, because the policies that they select are determined, everything is deterministic. Policies that they select and promise are determined beforehand by the computer. The things that people vote on are known beforehand. It's a known quantity. It's not unexpected. So the person who's decided is determined beforehand, and what the policies they do are determined by the promises that they've made. So it's just a deterministic chain. And then the bigger problem is that every election you have to one up what came before in order to be as bold and strong and whatever to get enough votes, which means you're just going to spiral out of control. And even in the course of one election cycle, both parties are going to make more and more ridiculous and bold claims. And it's just going to get shit. It's just going to go to shit. It's going to be bad. I noticed this weird line up in the top left corner. The stunning Digitai A debut here in 2013. And why we decided to... at first I thought that might have been something. I don't think that's anything. I think it's just random words. You have to give them what they want. Doesn't matter if you fulfill the promise or not. Yeah, it's real fucked. You're welcome to hold whatever ideals you like, but if you're not elected, you're just a part of the masses. Horrible but cruel. Horrible and cruel, but can't argue it, really. So then we get this this sequence with Angela. There are a couple of things going on here. So I'm expecting that Carole will eventually... I'm sorry, that Tuesday will eventually call up this reporter guy and give him something. But I don't know what. And then we've got Angela, and Angela is not seeming super happy right now. She has made it. Has got all that fame and fortune, but doesn't seem super pleased. So then this Black Knight guy is freaky deaky, knowing a bunch of stuff about what you're doing. Really just standard stalking shit. to watch over you and make sure you're happy. My love, my future wife. We'll have cute little children together. Yeah. Your cronies just don't get it. They're all morons. Can't even come home tonight. All those photo shoots keeping you at the hotel. You should drink that mango recovery concoction. Something like that. It's just... okay. The magical recovery concoction. Okay, here's my guess. Black Knight is an AI. That's somehow linked into Tao's system. And her systems. And is constantly watching her. The whole thing that it's saying about like protecting, constantly watching, you didn't come home tonight, as though it knows. Or it's the creepy little bunny thing that she had, her little AI assistant, Lamau. I don't know. Black Knight, do they imagine themselves protecting me? So we're going to assign her an AI bodyguard. And then we come in here and we find Tao doing some weird shit. Generating a holographic Angela and using it to sing to test songs. So Angela has this moment where she realizes that essentially she's been sampled. And that means she's obsolete. And I love this. So when it's complete, you won't need me anymore? Boom. Totally cold. Hey, you're supposed to say no. Yeah, he's not saying no. Because, well, you understand why. Very interesting. So we've had this undercurrent, this theme, if you will, of AIs taking over, of reality and the soul of music being lost, or the soul of art, and in many things. Producers, managers, like bartenders, everything. Burger flippers, everything. The art is lost. But now we have an explicit moment where an artist is being replaced by their AI. An AI version of them. What's the need for Angela? If you've captured everything that Angela will do. If Angela never brought a creative spark to the table, if she was just singing the songs that Tao wrote, then why do you need an Angela at all? You can just sample the voice and line it up with the songs. Make money forever. Shit, that's fucked. And honestly, the same goes for the politicians. What's the purpose of the politician if it's the computer that decides everything? From the promises to the actual implementation of policy. There isn't a point of the politician. It's just a figurehead. It's a human face to put on top of the AI policies. Yikes. This is interesting stuff. I dig it. I dig it. Something else that's been shown over the course of the show is that AIs are not infallible. Sorry for the double negative. AIs are fallible in this universe. We had that with Idea. I was kind of wondering, as we've been moving along, what's the point of the Idea episode? And with the shitty director AI that's really bad and like off its script. Well, at this point, here's my guess. The Idea episode establishes that AI in this universe don't necessarily follow... well, they don't necessarily follow 3 laws of robotics. So we're not necessarily in an Asimov-inspired universe. It's just, like, there's been no reference to anything like that, or any kind of deeply ingrained rules that prevent robots from harming humans, or taking any action that would cause harm to humans, or allowing humans to come to harm through inaction, or all of the laws. So, we're not operating on a positronic brain universe. Okay. But that means that there's an extra layer of fallibility. Because in an Asimov universe, like, even if robots go bad or they're programmed wrong, the laws are so ingrained into the construction of the way their brain functions that even if they were to go totally bonkers, they would destroy themselves before harming a person or making a mistake big enough to harm a person. But we saw with Idea that it was willing to do things that would cause harm to people. And it also establishes that in this universe, AI kind of like sentient creatures can go off the deep end, and aren't necessarily just like locked into their code. So that raises the question, what happens if a political decision-making AI gets something wrong? Like revoking the trade agreement with Earth starts an interplanetary war. That would be pretty bad. All right, ridiculous theory that isn't actually a theory, and I doubt will happen. They start an interplanetary war, and the magic of Carole and Tuesday's lovely singing brings everybody back together, and everything's peaceful. That's really shit, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Okay, not that. But you get what I'm going for here. We've had it established that AI can be fallible, and now we're going even further and even further to show just how reliant all of the moving pieces of this society are on AI. From the top to the bottom, like every level, absolutely reliant on AI. So what happens if they go a little haywire? Just a little Skynet-y, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Crumble? I don't know. Maybe. But it feels like we're on track now and heading like towards something with like some meaning and a message and something to it. And I am all for it. Got some new characters introduced in the episode. Met Toby. He's kind of like Gus, but Omega Gus. He's like Gus to another level. Gus plus 20 to 30 years and a lot more booze and some hard knocks. That's Toby. Same guy. Which is great. They operate really well as a team. It's solid. Also, okay. One last thing that I have to bring up because it's weird and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about. This guy. It's suspicious to me how little we see of his face. Just like in terms of as we're introducing him. Aren't you, Aaron? Like we hold this shot, and maybe it's just cost saving. We see this scene, the IT genius Aaron. And then he stops. He does have a pedo. Wait, or is that just his lip? I don't know. It looks freaky anyway. The IT genius Aaron. Seems he's a fan of yours. A toast to our meeting. Dink. Ah, that was pretty awkward. I don't know what that was about. He just sort of like shows up. Gives her what looks like a mimosa. And like clink, and then we're done. What a weird scene. I wonder if he's the Black Knight. He's probably the Black Knight, isn't he? It's kind of too obvious, isn't it? Damn it, I liked my AI idea. AI idea. I liked my AI idea. God, that is actually really hard to say. AI idea. AI idea. I like that idea, but it's probably him. What a fucking episode. Three plus solid plot threads, all of them moving forward. Except, I guess, for the Carole and Dan thread, which might be over now. Maybe he'll come back for like a one-ep near the end. But he has time to serve, so probably not. All the other ones are moving along, chugging along. I have to wonder what Spencer's gonna do. Spencer seems like he doesn't really like what his mom is up to with the whole AI politics thing. He was introduced to us, like, he was first introduced to us as Tuesday's big brother who let her stay in Alba City. Not as the figurehead when he gets up behind the podium and speaks for his mother. Makes me think that he's more likely to side against his mom's stuff than with her. Could be interesting. Could be neat. I don't know. Anyway, this was an awesome episode, and I really liked it. This is good. So, I'm going to wrap it up. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Carole and Tuesday, episode 14. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week in the next one. If you've got money to spare, go into the description. Find those links for the KyoAni stuff support things. Support them, please, if you can, and you want to. It's really appreciated. Thanks. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Peace.